prevent people from expressing opinions, and they're trying it again now.
I'm not going to fragment it.
I don't agree with it. I really think it's frightening.
I'm not going to agree that it's a left or right issue. I think it's a problem in itself.
Well, the right has certainly made efforts to restrict free speech, and you guys have been the victim of it. So I'm not saying it's only the left.
Right.
It's clearly not. It's the FCC for a long time was under the sway of conservative groups, and
it's a problem of
things that were completely wrong.
It's the problem
the left
of these
is doing it now. Trust me.
It's the problem of these pussy ass pandering. Bible slinging politicians is what it is. That's exactly what it is, and you can make it a left or a right issue.
And this by the way, it's the Bible swinging that all the abortion fans are all Bible hating. It doesn't it's not about religion. It's about the desire to hear people who disagree with you shut up.
Let's just take the Bible out of it.
People be quiet.
Let's take the Bible out of it.
The point is, and Tucker brought it up, nobody was there to defend us because we were unpopular in 04.
Right. That's exactly right. Okay, you've hit upon it right there. The unpopular guy gets crushed. And that's the problem with any democracy, is you wind up with majority rule to a point where the minority gets hurt. We've seen it a million times in our society. Unpopular people don't get a hearing. And we just really need to try to protect the rights of the unpopular. That's what I think. Whether it's cigarette smokers or black people or radio show hosts or fat people, anybody who's unpopular at the moment gets hurt.
Isn't it a sad day, though, Tucker, that I gotta get when I get on the air and I talk about this little narcissistic 5'2", 5'4" head having pubic hair on top of his head, little punk ass pussy named MJ Kelly, that I have to put a disclaimer in there by saying, don't ever put your hands on him. Because they've already put us with how many pieces of paper through court, Brent, posturing that they're going for damages. Somebody egged his house supposedly, and I'm getting blamed for that as well. Tucker, I've never in a million years said go and egg his house. I would never do that. You're never going to be able to find tape, but I'm already being blamed for it. But isn't it a sad day that I have to do that?
It's awful. It's awful. I mean, it really is. You have a right. And it's a right that, by the way, is interconnected to other people's rights. It's not just about you. It's about all of our the right to have opinions.
Meanwhile,
and that's under assault.
Now, you want to hear the worst? You want to hear the worst? The worst is this. The attorney that's representing this guy represented me and Brent for a combination of 4 other times and was not disqualified.
That's disgusting.
That's the system down here. That's the 13th Circuit, my friend, because guess what? We are the unpopular ones because we do what we're doing now. We take on issues, right smack dab in the face, put opposing issues on, and we argue them right on out. But you know that we're not polished, and we know that we're not that we're not the most user-friendly guys in the world.
But can I just make an obvious point?
Yeah.
What kind of radio show host sues another host because his feelings are hurt? I mean, seriously, who would do that?
There's one guy.
There's one guy. His name is MJ Kelly, better known as the Todd Schnitt Show. He does this quasi wannabe Glenn Beck. Well, I don't know disrespect to Glenn Beck or Rush Limbaugh, who I have opposing views of sometimes, but definitely think they're fantastic broadcasters.
Well, they get ratings.
And he tries to be them in the afternoon as this little quasi show. He does his top 40 show. During in the morning, and it's just I've never in the 26 years of radio I've never seen such a thing.
Well, it's really embarrassing, and I would imagine that his wife doesn't respect him because no woman's going to respect a man who goes to the courts to settle a problem like this. I mean, that's just what a wuss, what a sniveling wuss.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, and that's your opinion.
Tuck gets it.
No, it's just dishonorable. If you don't like it, argue back. But don't go crying to mommy.
Right.
Don't go to you know what I mean? Like, don't use the government to crush someone you disagree with. I mean, that's like the most disgusting thing I could imagine. Using government power to go after someone whose opinions you don't like.
Can you imagine Glenn Beck and Al Franken suing each other?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how stupid it would be.
Exactly. And it's all over name calling, MJ. I mean, it's Tucker, it's all over name calling. It's all over name calling. And here's the deal. We knew we were in trouble when, 1, we didn't get summary of judgment, and then 2, Tucker, when I didn't get his attorney disqualified, who's a First Amendment attorney and has represented me 2 times and Brent 2 times.
Well, that's so weird.
Yeah,
it is. He would do that. Why would the lawyer do that?
Well, because money.
Yeah, the lawyer's making money either way.
Yeah. And
so you know this lawyer really well.
Obviously. Oh, yeah.
And he knows us, and he knows how our show works. Which is why I don't understand how
he's got so much privileged information on me that I don't understand. To me, you know what? And a lot of times, Tucker, because it's us or it's you, we're highly loyal, and we defend, ourselves and our friends. So sometimes we probably think that we're being screwed with when we're really not, right? So sometimes somebody that of a clearer mind or an unbiased opinion has to step in and kind of set us straight. So, and I know we're probably all guilty of that, So anyway, I've actually had attorneys walk up to me that I don't know, Brent, that I have never worked with, that probably aren't, and says, you know what, for the life of me, I saw the ruling where you didn't get Phil Campbell disqualified, and I cannot understand what the judge was thinking. That is a huge injustice. I've read.
Yeah, they're exactly right, and I've read the bar rules over and over and over again, and I cannot figure it out.
Paraphrase them.
The bar rules are basically, if you've represented a client, like Bubba, on a First Amendment issue, you cannot represent another client on a substantially similar issue against your first client.
And not only that,
it says that
in the same industry.
Yeah, it says that.
Of course.
Yeah, it says that in the bar rules.
Of course you can't. I mean, that's lawyering 101.
And I just, for the life of me, so when we lost that one, Tucker, I was like, oh, God. I'm going to get railroaded on this one again. I've gotten railroaded in this town, Tucker, legally. For some reason, the judicial system in this town hates me because I'm the bad guy. Because we are the loudmouths that say it like it is.
A jury has been our only savior.
Yeah.
Can you just? I know you got to go in a sec, but just tell me what's the core accusation he's making against you.
You know what? I'll do you one better, Tucker. I will send you the actual complaint.
Would you mind?
Not at all.
I mean, this is really almost unbelievable that this could happen.
I'll send you the complaint, and if you feel necessary, do an article about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's shocking.
On Town Hall.
You're both radio show hosts. I mean, it's like insane.
It really, and Tucker, I'm $250,000 into this thing. For what, Tucker?
Can you get any of that back from him?
No.
Wow, that's just really, truly repulsive. Truly repulsive, and it must just be driving you crazy. I mean, the amount of energy, I've been involved in legal stuff before, and it takes over your life. You're constantly, part of your brain is constantly working it over and thinking about it, and it's a distraction.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, now it's really bringing me down. I'm so
sorry to bring it up. I hope you spank him like he deserves.
But just the disqualification thing alone, Brent, if you start and stop there, it's just... It's so not fair.
That is just unbelievable.
So Tucker, let's just make believe. I'm in Washington D.C. You're in Washington D.C. You're a television host. I am too, or a radio host. And you, for 4 different times on 4 different trials, have been represented by lawyer A. Okay. Well,
right.
Now you get on the air and you talk some smack about me, and then I go to lawyer A and I retain him, and the judge doesn't have a problem with that.
And have you called? I mean, because he's represented you 4 times. You must know him pretty well. Why don't you just call him up and say, how can you do this?
Well, we sent him, first of all, the first thing we did, Tucker, is we sent him 3 registered letters asking him to explain to us in writing how it's not a conflict, and he never responded.
And he won't respond to it. He didn't respond. This is in the early going. He wouldn't respond to it at all. None.
Did you guys leave on bad terms with this guy?
No, not at all. His bill was paid. Clear Channel paid the bill each time.
Yeah, he defended the First Amendment portion of our hog trial. He's the one that got up there and said, "Listen, you cannot prosecute these guys for words. None of these guys touched anybody. They described what they saw on the air."
Wow.
And
that's really, really bad.
Right. And the judge I don't see a conflict. No problem. What was the actual ruling, Brent? Did you see the ruling?
Yes. It said denied.
Yeah. And by the way,
word.
Tucker, I've been to the second DCA 4 times, and I never am given of any opinion. I'm always given one word: denied.
Yeah. You know how when you see an opinion come from an appellate court, Tucker, you'll see an opinion of the court and a dissenting opinion on
3. I've had 3 and lost them all, and it always says one word: denied.
We don't get an opinion of the court. We don't get a dissent. We get nothing.
That's just disgusting. That's really disgusting. I'm really sorry.
Somebody should do something about us and how we get screwed with so bad.
It would really be a good documentary to do for someone to do. To show how